Hello, everybody. Welcome to what I believe is the first Americana vinyl tag here on YouTube. Um, I kind of came up with this on a whim. I didn't think I was going to do this, but I had some friends who kind of got behind me to say you should do it. And this is a genre that's not talked about enough on YouTube, and I'd like to see and discover some more Americana-based channels come out of YouTube and just to see what you have. But, it's not limited to Americana channels. If you can answer these questions, feel free to hop in. Let me know in the comments if you do it. I have 20 prompts here that I came up with, as you can see, and let's just jump right into it. So have fun with this, and I'll have the rules and everything in the description. Number one, your favorite Americana artist. And I did try not to do any duplicates here. I'm going to go with the Wood Brothers, a trio out of Nashville, Tennessee, consisting of Oliver and Chris Wood and John O. Ricks. Fantastic trio, folk elements, funk, all sorts of influences wrapped up in their tunes, jazz. So the Wood Brothers, favorite Americana artist. This is number two, show an album with a banjo on the cover. I'm going to go with one of my favorite soundtracks, A Mighty Wind. And you can see Christopher Guest here has himself a banjo. This is a fantastic one of the mockumentary movies by Eugene Levy and Christopher Guest about a bunch of folk musicians coming back together for a benefit concert of their old manager who passed away. Fantastic movie, hilarious, but also really, really good music. So there is an album with a banjo on the cover. Show a great harmony album, an album that you think has some really great harmonies on it. I'm going to go with this album. It's about as simplistic as it gets. This is Watch House, their album Duo. It came out in 2023. It's just the two members, Andrew Marlin and Emily France, who are husband and wife out of North Carolina. They're doing a retelling of their self-titled album Watch House, just the two of them acoustically. It's beautiful, tight harmonies, very soft, very mellow. Wonderful, wonderful record. Duo by Watch House is a great harmony album. Number four, show a favorite album by an Americana female artist. I'm going to go with Pieces of the Sky by Emmylou Harris, who's probably the queen of Americana. I don't think that could be disputed. The song that I love on here is a big hit. It's called If I Could Only Win Your Love, which is an old Louvin Brothers tune, but she also does some Rodney Crowell tunes. She does The Bottle Let Me Down by Merle Haggard, Coat of Many Colors by Dolly Parton. She does For No One by the Beatles. So a really, really solid album. Emmylou at the peak of her powers. So there you go. Number five, show your favorite acoustic cover, your favorite cover song that's acoustic. Now, I could have picked 100 songs, but I'm going to choose this album. It's the album called Vignettes by Wesley Schultz of the Lumineers. And I'm going to go with his version of Operator by Jim Croce. It's absolutely beautiful. This is the full covers album, but he does a very, very, very sad, just, tear your heart out version of Operator by Jim Croce. So I'm going to go with Wesley Schultz for my favorite acoustic cover as of right now in my life. Name an Americana artist that you'd like to see put out a new album this year. I'm going to go with these guys right here. This is Camp out of Ohio. I'm talking to you, Alex, over at Beer and Vinyl. This is their most recent album called Lavender Days. And this album holds a lot of significance to me. It's a really, really beautiful record. And came out in 2022, but they are about due for another album. They're a young band. I know they're currently on hiatus. I saw their last show in Charlottesville, Virginia. I did a review of it, but I'd really like to see Camp come back strong with a new tour and a new record. So Camp, please come out with a new album this year. All right, name your favorite Americana album of last year, of 2023. This is no surprise. This is Jubilee by Old Crow Medicine Show. Again, a string band out of Harrisonburg, Virginia. Now they're based out of Nashville, led by lead member Ketch Secor. fantastic string music. It's got mixes of country, gospel, all the things that make Americana music so great. Bluegrass, a little bit of country rock. It's just a wonderful, wonderful album. Great tunes, great songs on here with Sierra Farrell and Mavis Staples. So please check out this album. Jubilee was my favorite Americana album of 2023. Show your favorite acoustic Beatles tune. I had to throw the Beatles in here, and I'm gonna go with this is kind of the Beatles Americana album, which is funny because this is not my favorite Beatles album by any means. But I'm gonna go with the song "Mother Nature's Son," beautiful Paul McCartney ballad. You all know it, and I really really love that song. It was an early song that I played on guitar when I was learning to play guitar. John Denver has a killer version of it, but I'm going to go with Mother Nature's Son, the Paul McCartney ballad from the White Album. Show me or tell me about a heartbreaking ballad, like a song that just tugs at your heartstrings. I'm going to go with my main man, John Prine. This is his last album, The Tree of Forgiveness, and I'm going to go with his song Summer's End. Just a gut-wrenching song about, growing old. Summer's End, around the bend, just dying. Just great lyrics. And then he sings the line, come on home, you don't have to feel alone, so come on home. It's just such a sad, sad song, but it's beautiful. I could listen to this album over and over again. So I'm going to go with Summer's End as my heartbreaking ballad. Name a song, show me a song about drinking, because Americana music, there's a lot of drinking songs, and there's a ton that you could have chosen. I'm going to go, I mentioned the Lumineers earlier. I'm going to go with a song from this album called 3, the song Gloria, which there's a great line in it where he says, Gloria, Gloria, I smell it on your breath. Gloria, booze and peppermint. It's just about a lady who is struggling with addiction, and a really, really powerful song, kind of in an upbeat tune, but it's a pretty serious song. So I'm going to go with Gloria by the Lumineers as my song about drinking. Show an illustrated Americana album cover. Long Lost by Lord Huron. I talk about this album all the time. It's my favorite album of 2021. They're another band. Come out with another album, Lord Huron, please. So there's my illustrated cover. Show an acoustic album from a traditionally non-acoustic band. So, I mean, you could show, an unplugged album, whatever the case might be. I went with, not really a surprise for me, I went with Michael Nesmith and the Hits Just Keep On Coming. This is essentially a duo album with just him and Red Rhodes on the pedal steel guitar. But, normally Mike was with a full country rock band with drums, electric guitars, bass. He even kind of went a little psychedelic on the 4th album, the second National Band album. But this is essentially just Mike on his 12-string with Red Rhodes accompanying him. Really, really great stuff. This has his version of a different drum on it that he gave to Linda Ronstadt early in his career. So I'm going to go with Mike Nesmith and the Hits Just Keep On Coming for my album by a traditionally non-acoustic artist. Show an Americana supergroup. There are a ton of albums where Americana artists link up and put out like a one-off album, but I'm going to go with one of my favorite albums of last year. This is Mighty Poplar, a great traditional kind of folk bluegrass album. It has Andrew Marlin, who I mentioned from Watch House. It has several members of Punch Brothers supporting him, as well as Alex Hargreaves on fiddle, who has played with Billy Strings and Sarah Jarosz. So Mighty Poplar is my Americana supergroup. Show an artist you never got to see live. This is one of those artists that I hate that he went the way he did. That's Justin Townes Earl, one of my absolute favorite songwriters. I love this man. He's so good, so many great lyrics, but such a troubled life. This is probably his biggest album, called Harlem River Blues, which was kind of his signature song. But there's other stuff on here, like Slippin' and Slidin' is a gorgeous song about his, hard living. Ain't Waitin', Learning to Cry, just really, really good stuff on here. So Justin Townes Earl is an artist I never got to see. And now, the follow-up, if I can find it, an artist you'd like to see live that you've never seen live. So I'm going to go with Justin's dad, Steve Earle, who I've never seen live. This was a gift from Aaron Mutha Alamere, Washington Square Serenade. I love Steve. I've really grown to love him a lot recently. And yeah, I would love to see Steve Earle. So he's an artist that I've never seen that I'd like to see. An Americana artist that you've seen the most times live. Now, I could have used these guys for many, many different questions, but I'm going to go with the Avett Brothers. I've seen them 6 times, I believe, 5 times. I saw them 3 times in May, and then I've seen them 1, 2, yeah, just 5 times, but 3 times last May. So I'm hoping to see them again this year when they come around or close around. You've got Seth and Scott Avett, and then Bob Crawford. This is their album Emotionalism, fantastic record. So this is the Americana group that I've seen live the most. Your favorite duet by an Americana act. I'm going to go from this album called Skaggs and Rice. That would be Tony Rice and Ricky Skaggs. And I'm going to go with their version of Where the Soul of Man Never Dies, the old gospel song, hymn. Look how young they are. Of course, they played together with J.D. Crowe in New South, and obviously had successful solo careers. And I should mention a proud Virginian from Danville, Virginia, Tony Rice. So Skaggs and Rice, Where the Soul of Man Never Dies. Also another great album, just the 2 guys, 2 instruments. That's it. It's wonderful. Check this out if you've never listened to it. Name 5 lesser-known Americana acts. So I'm going to go really quick here. This is a duo called Jamestown Revival, 2 good friends. They mix kind of country rock, folk, all the stuff that makes Americana, tight harmonies, 2-part harmonies. This is their latest album called Young Man. Fantastic. So check them out. These guys are known to the people that know them, but they're never mentioned a lot on YouTube, so I'll mention them. This is Dillard and Clark. Gene Clark of the Byrds, Doug Dillard of the Dillards. This is the Fantastic Expedition of Dillard and Clark. It's fantastic. They've got great stuff on here, like Train Leaves Here This Morning, the radio song, Get It On Brother. Really, really good stuff. Fantastic progressive picking on the banjo by Doug, and then the great songwriting and singing from Gene Clark. Another Virginian, one of my favorites, Dory Freeman, who I've talked about on my channel several times. I got to meet her last year. Saw her a couple times. And this is her self-titled debut with her biggest song called You Say. But also good stuff on here called, you know, Fine, Fine, Fine. Still a Child, Ain't Nobody, Any Wonder. Really, really good. She just put out a new album last year. Check it out. Number 4. I'm going to go with John Prine's son, Tommy. This is Tommy Prine's album, This Far South, that came out last year with an autograph. Again, he's not like John Prine in his singing or his styling even, but he's definitely, he's definitely a Prine in terms of, bringing up deep lyrics. Some of them are hard topics and making them his own. So this is his debut album, This Far South, Tommy Prine. And then lastly, I'm going to go with Jim Avett, who is the Avett Brothers' father, who has put out several albums of his own. This is called His Family and Ours. For His Children and Ours, excuse me. This is a traditional gospel record. It has the Avett Brothers and their sister Bonnie play a lot of the instruments and backing vocals. This is from 2017, but he does songs like Beulah Land, I Saw the Light, Here Am I, Lord Send Me, Peace in the Valley, which is sung by Seth Avett. Just a Closer Walk with the Angel Band, Precious Lord. Really, really good. I love this record. Jim Avett. Check this out. If you like the Avett Brothers, if you like gospel music, check it out. And number 19, show the first Americana album you own. This was tough. I wrote these questions and then I said, I don't know what the first Americana album was that I bought. I mean, I grew up listening to John Denver and stuff like that, but I wasn't really into, songwriters like I was. But then I bought this album. This is called The Crow. This is Steve Martin, the comedian. This is a traditional bluegrass, progressive bluegrass record. Really, really good stuff on here. He's got people like Vince Gill, Tim O'Brien, Dolly Parton, Earl Scruggs, um, John McEwen from the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band produced this. Almost all original tunes, some traditional, but just a really, really, really good banjo album. It's really good. Steve sings one kind of comedic song, but he just plays banjo, and then he has other singers sing for him. This is probably the first one I bought. This is from 2009, and it was put out on Rounder Records, who are a big bluegrass and folk label in the community. So check out The Crow by Steve Martin. This is really, really good. And then lastly, number 20, I'm putting this out as I want you to challenge one vinyl community channel to do this thread. I happen to know a few guys in my kind of my close-knit circle who are going to do it. So I'm not going to shout them out because a couple of them have already kind of promised, well, not promised, but they've kind of said that they would be interested in doing this. So I'm going to point my finger to Mr. Elliot Cruz down in North Carolina. Elliot's a great guy, loves his Americana music. I would love to see Elliot's thoughts on this and show his collection. So Elliot, I'm shouting you out, my friend. So please play along if you so wish. So there you go, folks. Americana Tag, got it done under 20 minutes. Please let me know if you've done a video, if you want to do a video. This is all fun, and it's just kind of an alternative to a lot of the, traditional music that we hear about in the vinyl community. So I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Please, please, please jump on it, and let's make this, a semi-success. So I'll have all the rules. I'll have all the prompts below. Check those out. I'll have Elliot's information down there as well. In the meantime, everybody subscribe. Thank you for subscribing, everybody that's new. I appreciate you all. Y'all be good. Take care, and we'll talk to you very soon.